Hey guys, I am going to show off some of my record collection. I have about 60 or so records, so I'll just make a couple videos kind of going through all those. I've been collecting records for a couple years now. I don't have that many, around 60. I actually don't even have a record player. I know that's kind of hipster-ish, but I am planning on getting one. I think they make one that's about $100. It's like with a radio in it and stuff like that. So that's an option. I'll definitely look into that. All right, the first record actually is the first record. I bought two records when I got my first record purchase. The first one here is Kreator's Flag of Hate. It's their EP from 1984. It is an original pressing. It's actually the U.S. pressing, so it actually has three extra songs: "Endless Pain," "Tormentor," and "Total Death." When I saw this at the record store, I mean, obviously I was a big fan of. I'm still a big fan of Kreator. It was I hadn't seen too much extreme metal vinyl at that particular store, so this is definitely cool. I think even at the time I might have just been getting into Kreator, so I didn't actually know like this was just a 3-song or supposed to be a 3-song EP. But I got it, and it's really cool. I actually haven't seen something like this anywhere else. So I've seen Kreator a couple times. I kind of wish maybe I would have taken it to get it signed. I don't know if they ever hang out after shows or anything like that. But a good first purchase, I think. All right, second record I've ever owned, bought along with the first one, is, of course, the live album every metal and rock and roll fan should have, Iron Maiden's Live After Death. Classic in every sense of the word. I was really stoked at first when I first saw this. Again, the record store I bought this from, not really known for having metal vinyl. I was super stoked. Thought it was really rare because it's an original pressing. I think it's the Italian pressing, actually. God, great artwork. Everything like that, so good. Turns out it's not really that rare, but I think it's something that everyone needs on vinyl and CD and tape. As many times as you can get it. It is a double gatefold thingy. You can see the kind of some concert photos in there. Eddie shooting fire out of his eyes. That's pretty sweet. And then actually kind of a cool little thing here. The record kind of comes with the picture in there, kind of like in the middle, and then some lyrics for each record. To be completely honest, this is not my favorite Iron Maiden live album. I actually think Bruce does not sound that great on this album. For example, Aces High. I don't know. I think it kind of took Bruce Dickinson coming back into the band for Brave New World, kind of to embrace. Like he obviously can't hit those notes the way he did back in the '80s, and it was kind of starting to show here. But I think my favorite Iron Maiden live album would be Rock in Rio. I think he sounds perfect there. Everything about this album, though, everything else about this album is just great, perfect. Again, it's essential. All right, next album is actually the first record I didn't buy from a record store. It is Skeleton Witch, Forever Abomination. I bought this when I saw them live on tour for this album in Lawrence, Kansas. I bought this, and I believe it was actually the last one they had on tour. So that was really cool. Okay, it's just really great. Again, it's a double-sided vinyl. Oh, actually, this one is triple whoop. And it comes out. Great shot of the artwork there. And then actually the record itself is really nice, clear, greenish splatter, which just looks awesome. Skeleton Witch is probably my most favorite, consistently good live metal band. I've seen them a bunch. I've seen them every single time they've come around here, except for they did a headlining show in Lawrence, Kansas with Havoc and Mutilation Rights, I believe, that I actually had to work during, so I missed it. And I guess I just kind of erased that show from my brain because I missed it, because someone recently told me about it because I saw them again recently. And I was like, what? They played here last year? Well, I guess so. Definitely, this album, I think Forever Abomination is better than their most recent album, Serpents Unleashed. Serpents Unleashed is a good album, but I think Forever Abomination, I would say it's probably their second best album. And of the kind of more modern thrash bands that kind of rose up with them, Skeleton Witch, they're fucking awesome. Okay, this album is Boris's Amplifier Worship. Boris, there's a big old frog on there. Boris is a band a lot of people, I think, kind of lump into not really listening to them because they're kind of hipster. I don't think people should be turned off by that kind of connotation. Boris is all over the map. Like what they're doing now with kind of like their weird experimental rock, and then some of their collaborations like they did with Sun and with some other people. This one is straight up doom. Oh, it's so good. It's one of the heaviest albums I think I've ever heard. Of this kind of period of the band, kind of when they're still doing really drone doom stuff. I think that this is probably my favorite album from there. Again, this is two-sided. This is the Southern Lord re-release. I think there's another one that has a different cover art. Black vinyl, something like that. Actually, kind of a funny story. Has the frog on the front. I saw Boris at the Granada Theater in Lawrence, Kansas, and there was one point where their guitar player Wata, she was kind of having some technical issues, and they took it was like a 20-minute ordeal where the rest of the band was just kind of like droning on and kind of trying to be entertaining while she kind of fixed her pedals. And all of a sudden a little toad is hopping on the stage. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. Well, I found out that apparently, now I don't know how true this is, that the frog in like Japanese folklore represents like Satan. So I was like, god damn, that's pretty cool. Boris is fucking evil. And they're fucking awesome. Okay, last album for today is going to be Bolt Thrower's Mercenary. This was the re-release that... Oh, who did this? Metal Blade. Yeah, Metal Blade is... I think they're still going through and re-releasing all of their discography on vinyl. I remember this one, along with a couple others, were the first. They did 3 records at first, and this was one of them. This was my favorite at the time out of the 3. It's nice little, got some lyrics in there and everything like that. The thing about Bolt Thrower is they're just kind of they're one of my favorite death metal bands, but they're kind of when I listen to them, I just put their whole discography on random. So I kind of don't really have a favorite Bolt Thrower album because they're all really, really good. And then if you would have told me when I bought this that I'd get to see Bolt Thrower at Maryland Death Fest, I would have thought you were fucking crazy, but it happened. And I'm trying to think. I think they played Powder Burns at that show, and it was great. One of my, if not my favorite death metal bands of all time. Alright, that's all for now. I'm going to go through and do more videos for the rest of my record collection. And yeah, stay tuned for that. Thanks!